Thank you very much. Assembly Member Prince, you have some follow-ups.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioner. Good morning, Seb. For you, Commissioner, really, a few years ago, myself and some of the committees visited a bus garage in the south, I think down by Southwark, and we saw the example of Mobileye, and TfL actually ran a test on that, and the quite positive responses, but it seems that nothing much more has happened since. Can you enlighten us on that?
Well, as I said before, it's been subject to funding and the challenges we had due to the pandemic. I'm very keen that we do more in this area. We've now committed and got the funding secured for up to 500 buses. I think there are at least 2, if not 3, different types of fatigue management system that we're trialling, all of which relate to observations of the driver's eyesight, but all of which react in a slightly different way. So that's the trial that's ongoing. Once we'll complete the trial and we've got it rolled out on the 500 buses, we'll then be able to make a decision as to how we move forward across the fleet. I think we are a leading operator in this area. I'm not aware of this going on anywhere else in the country of any scale. So, and I would encourage other bus operators to look at it. But I'm keen that we roll this out as soon as we can.
Yeah. Sorry, Commissioner. Mobileye is a system that actually acts as an extra pair of eyes for the driver.
Oh, sorry.
So it's not about no, that's
fine.
It's not about fatigue. It's about blind spot elimination. It uses camera technology to spot people if they walk in front of the bus. So it's collision avoidance equipment, basically, which there was a trial. You weren't the commissioner, so I didn't expect you to know all about it, and Seb, you weren't even in existence then. So, but it was, we went. I know the deputy chair and I definitely, and there were a few others went, and we. Or was it just the 2 of us? There you go. We're on the trial, and we were quite impressed with it, weren't we? And there was a trial run. I think it was on the 159 bus off the top of my head. Battersea, that's it, yeah. And there was a bus trial and very positive results, but it's just...
No, sorry, my mistake. Actually, at Bexley Heath, we saw this yesterday. We have it installed on the new buses that... they're called the tram buses because they look a bit like a tram, but they're the latest version, most enhanced single-deck bus with all the latest safety features that has the Mobileye technology installed. It, I think, will be the first route that will have it in regular service. And we'll obviously monitor that going forward. I'll need to confirm to the committee whether or not that is now going to be fitted as standard on all new buses going forward. But as I say, it's been installed on that bus. I saw it for myself yesterday, so my apologies for my confusion on that.
Also, one of my little favourites, toilets for bus drivers. Do we have a date by which time toilets will be available to bus drivers at both ends of the routes?
I'll have to check for you. I don't think there is a plan to have toilets at both ends of all routes, Assembly Member Prince, because obviously some routes are not long enough necessarily to require it. We've committed to make sure that there is at least one toilet on each route, I think is to my understanding. But I'll need to come back to you when I find it in my briefing as to where we are on the dates on that. So
Seb, you look very eager to, you look desperate to come in.
No, just on, so you'll know there's an agreed standard with the bus drivers union on the length of route. I think it's 150 minutes for toilets at both ends, and that is in place. There is a toilet available for drivers on every route, but as I say, it's only those over 150 minutes where there is one at both ends. What we saw during the pandemic was that many of the facilities that drivers relied on were third party, and some of those facilities closed as a result of the pandemic, and it was difficult reopening those. So one of the things we're very keen to do is build in a resilience to the system and network that we have, not just to rely on other facilities that may be closed. That's obviously something we don't want to see going forward. So as I said, the standard is for toilets at both ends for routes of 150 minutes or more.
So will you confirm to me then, that is in place, where it isn't in place, and where you intend to put it in place, and what the timelines are, please? I've been struggling for quite some years to get that information.
That is in place. So 176 routes with one toilet only at one end. So every route has a toilet. And we've agreed with Unite that on routes with a round trip of less than 150 minutes, having a toilet available at only one end is sufficient. So, yeah, I believe that all routes are covered.
Okay, I'll come back to you on that. Thank you.